Okay, so like I said, we're going to start drawing our structure from here. So externally, let me check. I want to be sure this high here and the other one, which is the last swing high. So I'll just put this here. Why? Okay, this. So this is a strong low. This is their external low. Then the recent one. Now you can see where I started from, all the way from down here till I got to this place. Last swing low, last swing high. These ones are, we're going to mark our structure inside here now. We're going to mark our internals from here down till this point to know what the structure is. Meanwhile, kindly tag me to the questions, to the I think there are some questions I said will relate with it when we're in the live section. So okay, we're going to mark this right now. So this low has taken out all of this, right? Because this is lower than this, so we can't mark any of this anymore. It's just straight from here down here, and then we have this. This is not a valid structure, that's why I put all together. Then we have here, then we have this, we have this, we have this. When you're looking at this, you know that this should be valid to this point. So then I think this sweep that low. Yep, this guy is out. This low has been swept. Let me now remove it so that the chart doesn't look dirty. Let me check this too low. Which one is lower? I don't think we have any low here because this low is lower than this. So this is just the straight one. Let me remove this and draw it again. Reconstruction, no need to draw all of this, you just draw this, then continue with the last two as the inducement and distortion, of course. So we go in with the last two, 1, 2, and then we had price taken out and reclaiming the inducement with the QML. You know why. I wrote down something I would explain today because I think that most people are just drawing entries just everywhere, forgetting that these entries need to come out from somewhere. Either you're reclaiming or like the question should be where are we coming from. Very important. Don't just draw your entries from just anywhere. Then we have this. Let me see this very well. We don't have any valid internal here. Still valid. Hold on. Okay. So actually there's nothing confusing with GU here. All I've been seeing is just a downtrend, and then like internally, then price coming down to this low. Yeah, so this kind of market price action, what you just have to do is simple. I don't know of how much this pair respects QML, QMRO, like the Quasimodo reversal, because it's more of like arrow as the reversal, L as Quasimodo level. But I know one thing I know about this pair is about their key levels. It respects normal RBS and SBRO in line with the market structure. Yeah, this and this. So this, so it's simple. First guy, and then we have the second guy. That's all. Let's see what has been happening inside this one leg. So what has been happening here is normal. Price respecting. I think we had before this guy here, we had the QML. Yeah. Now let's do something from this QML. Okay. Let's do something from here. We're going to do like a chain to know is QMR activated. Then we had on fresh. No. Now for some people that usually get their QML from this angle, it's supposed to be here, the weak point. When price breaks structure, you know that the place that it broke is always the weak point for buys that can be at this level. Yeah, for the weak point, right? So let's see. Okay, we had this. I'm trying to follow up continuations here. Let me see till the end. This respected, this respected, fine. On fresh, still expected. Fresh, respected. Fresh, respected. On fresh, that gave QML reversal. buy happened here, and then what again happened? Another reversal showed up. QMR again, missed entry, sell. So it's just simple now. It's just sell you're supposed to be taking now. There is no even recent entry here. If that, as prices are here now, it gave us, like, as he created this thing here now, it gave us something like this, breaking this high here, then coming back to invalidate it ahead. Now on Monday now, you people can take your entry here, but the last entry that you got was this one that did not trigger. What price used, I don't know, because this is not even the most recent. If you're following up the most recent, it should be this. But what happened here was the last one that got disrespected, the last on fresh, which is the previous support that turned resistant, that now turned to a came arrow. That's what brought about this buy. And then the failure of another one. I told you, once the first one failed, the rest will not hold. This, you see, they kept failing. All of them will keep failing. Price will take them out the same. So this one missed entry is gone. If price comes back to this entry, it will take it out. So what you just have to do is just look for more sales. You could use it with normal key level, but I usually say that the best way to trade normal key level is price coming from somewhere. It may not be QMR per se, like as this one is now. It may not be QMR fine, but it can still be reclaiming an inducement or disruption. Okay, there's no entry here yet. That's all. Just have to look for sales and target this low. This was this 1.3014 because you can possibly get a bounce from here, and this low can also be reclaimed and it can still be taken out. If this low gets taken out, you can still continue using your, you don't need to wait for QMR to continue your sell. Just use normal support becomes resistant to sell until you see something like this thing that happened here again. For example, something like this one fails now, then breaks above, you come there, you take a buy, short term, still marking out your inducement. Now before I forget, one thing that makes people overall not make profit is this: they mark out entry forgetting that they need to still know where their inducement and disruption lies. If you check 60% of people trading, they don't even know where their inducement and disruption is. But you're forgetting that you need to know, because it could tell you whether that particular entry you're taking should not be taken. So that's on that. That person that asked on GU, I don't know if you are here to see this. Let's just go straight over to BTC. Yeah, BTC has been doing so great lately. Like, if I don't see my screen till now, I just check the group, say they can't see your screen. Wow. Is it till now or? But some people say they can see the screen now. Why? What's happening? Please check your connection and try again. This one say we can see the screen. Check your connection. I'm seeing the screen. Check your connection and try again. If you can't see the screen, please check your connection, exit and rejoin, please. Thank you. So yep, this is on GU. So if any other thing comes up, it's just that I cannot monitor a lot of pairs for you guys because it's going to be physically draining to me. That will like be a lot of like fatigue, you get. because I'm already monitoring BTC, monitoring CAD JPY, monitoring gold for all of you, and I update the group about like that BTC, all the setup there. I told you about everything beforehand, so I can't include GU now. It's going to be like too much workload, and it can make some people over trade. When I'm dropping trade ideas for like three, 4 at the same time, it's like going to make people over trade. Let's check that BTC. Let's check that BTC. I've not been so active on gold. I've I've been like really into BTC for some time now. I think since this review started, I think I had one live section with some my private student, and then I that was when I even had this BTC. I told you guys, somebody said I should check BTC for him. I think that was around this trade, and then I called out this trade for him. Since that day, I just found interest in this BTC, and also I back tested it. It was really like respecting what I wanted. I think this was on Friday. You all now, you should be on this trade. That's if you use 50%, it won't trigger. Now I want to give you guys a hack, right? If you know that you cannot be using 50%, maybe you are afraid that you have missed entries. If you are afraid that you have missed entries, I would advise that just use 1 to 2 weeks to reward. Why those that may likely use 50% should stick to 1 to 3. If not, stick to 1 to 2. For example, now if you are entering from this zone directly and not 50%, and not 50%, you can just stick to 1 to 2. You can see that at 1 to 2 already you are out of this trade. Entry directly, you can stick to 1 to 2. It's not a bad risk to reward. Let nobody tell you otherwise. See, as long as you're making money, even some people trade 1 to 1. As long as you are making money consistently, what you are doing on the chart doesn't concern anybody. As long as it is making you money, emphasis on consistently, just do it. All right, the word we adjust, that's the truth. There were times where people bashed 1 to 3. Most of us now are trading it and it's working. Most people still bash 1 to 2, and there are people that are doing perfectly well, so much with it. So if what you're doing is the right thing on the chart and you're making money consistently on it, continue doing it, no matter what the second party is doing. Like I said, the world will adjust with time. If it's human being, we will all adjust to it. There was a time where everybody wanted to do 1 to 5, so as long as some people do 1.5, fine. So as long as it's making money, because the goal is making money, don't be distracted. That's like the major priority. So even if you adjust all of this to 1 to 2, you are still profitable overall. You see that most trades that you even hit SL waiting for 1 to 3 or 1 to 5, if you are taking 1 to 2, you'd have been happy in your house. So back test it, and if it works, perfectly fine, keep to it. So up till now, BTC, let me take this off. Until now, BTC's chart has not changed. Like the inducement and absorption is still the same. Everything that has been happening here, simply just a ranging market. Everything that has been happening, I've just been following it. When it gives reversal, I'm buying. When it gives reversal, I'm selling. It's just ranging. Like I'm taking advantage of the reversal for the QML. Yeah. So basically, nothing has changed BTC from the last review till today. We still have this last low to be taken out. Once this low gets taken out now, then my major concern is to see if this thing that formed here will become an external in the 4 hours time frame. Let's say, for example, now if you measure this, we should be getting something like this. This is big enough to give us an external in the 4 hours time frame, like this. You can see it's big enough to give us a 4-hour external. So whether it gives us the 4-hour external or not, it has not, I don't think it has taken out the external 4 hours of BTC, right? So you're still just going to pick out your two most recent and continue. You're trading the lower time frame and not the higher time frame. So on BTC, those that were active in the group, you know that we are still in this chart. It's not new. We all did it together. This I dropped this one. This I do. So it's nothing new. Okay. And also I would love to advise you guys, right? You have to be in the right state of mind to trade. If you know that you're having like family challenges or something, some things can hinder your progress. So you just have to be in the right state of mind, financially, mentally, academically, health wise, that's medically. That's my little encouragement and advice to you. Don't be under duress of any kind. Okay. Let's check card JPY. I don't know if card JPY has given us something new aside what we had from the last time. Why I'm not talking about BTC now is because there's nothing different from what we have done, and there is no new entry price associated here too. So we're still on the right track. It's still ranging, so nothing to talk about that. If this trade had not triggered now, I would have said okay, everybody enter this trade, but it's already playing out. We already hopped in on Friday. So let's see card JPY. Okay, I think there are some changes on this one. Okay, I think I have an alert here. Then that should be the inducement. So let me use this card JPY to explain something yet again. I'll first of all draw. Let me draw something. Right. Now, while I'm drawing this, I want to say something. Somebody said I should stop my students from trading. That is still a part of us, yeah. Said stop your student from trading 5-minute time frame because you always use 1 hour. Why are they going lower than 1 hour? Now, then I responded to the person and I said, I cannot stop you from finding your edge with the strategy. Okay, everything I'm trading here is what I learned from a particular person, and I still one way or the other try to figure out some things on my own by back testing, which is not a bad idea. He won't come and tell me that Sabii girl, stop trading this thing because I did not teach you this. What I'm trading is the foundation of a strategy. I did not add, I did not remove, I only improved. Alright, so like I said, if what you are doing makes sense, continue. If you have back tested and you have seen that okay, there's the way you approach the QRL or key level in the 5-minute time frame, that after back testing you see that okay, out of 20 trades you're getting over 14 to 15, fine. I won't come and tell you to stop using 5-minute time frame. No, I will just make sure that of course you are doing the right thing and it's making you money. But the only thing where I can step in is if you are trying to say okay, that inducement is not supposed to be on the chart, like somebody that said an invalid inducement can serve as I don't know, something like that. An invalid inducement can serve as an inducement, something like that. I had to say no, it doesn't work like that. There's nothing like another structural liquidity that's invalid serving as a structural liquidity inside this one when it's not inside. It has to be inside here. If it's outside there, it is not valid, and something outside cannot validate something inside. Or another thing I can try to step in is like somebody trying to say that you can use 1 hour structural liquidity to validate a break of structure in a 30 minutes. For example, 30 minutes does not have structural liquidity, and 1 hour has, you now say okay, you are using 30 minutes structural liquidity to trade one using 1 hour structural liquidity to trade 30 minutes structural break or structure. No, that won't work. Aside that, finding your edge. An edge is a personal approach. That's why it's called edge. Having an edge over the market, okay, is not a bad thing. Alright, T4X taught me, and since then I have back tested. So many explanations still come from my own personal understanding. Do you understand? So that person that said I should say don't trade 5 minutes because you're not going against what I thought. There's no perfect time frame. The only thing I said is don't start drawing your externals from 1 hour. No, neither going to 4 hours to draw your internals. No, those ones they are not to be compromised. Do you understand? That being said, now the major reason why I drew this is this. In case you want to take your entries here, now you're still going to take note of the fact that you have your inducement, the first most recent, and we have the second most recent that gives us an interruption of the order flow internally, right? There are so many ways you can approach this without causing harm to your trading account. Number one, you can take the most recent, emphasis on the most recent reversal that forms. For example, if we have something like this first, then price invalidates this, the most recent is this. If after this price decides to create more like this, I am not responsible for the next one you will take here. The only one that we can say has a better win rate is this. Now the reason is this thing is a downtrend, this thing is an uptrend overall. This first one is a counter, only the first counter that has a better win rate. The other entries you may likely see are just like what you can use to scale in your already made positions, like that, like I explained how to enter something like this, like a chain. You can just keep adding positions with their own various invalidation until one fails. That's number one. Then number two, if price gets to this point and almost to sweep out this low and does not sweep it out, and it comes here to invalidate this here and try to do like it wants to buy. But let me draw this again. Let me go up a bit. It wants to tap on this and then it invalidate this now, also come back to buy from here. Now you have to take note that this thing you see right here is called liquidity for a reason. If you check, I've been correcting it for some time now. I will tell you, if you want to buy, kindly note that there is liquidity sitting below your entry. When you have liquidity below your entry, it's like a sign that this entry may likely be swept together with this. It's far more better that this entry is taken out and then you reclaim the inducement when it comes back to this level here and invalidates it. Then you can like take the buy like that, other than just out of nowhere. That's on that one. Then another one I want to say is this. If as we get to this point now, price start ranging like this, don't start drawing your inducement from inside this box, all these things here. It will not work. It's just like this thing on BTC. Price is in between this disruption now, breaking structure, up down, up down, up down. It's still classified, all these things are still classified as consolidating. Until it breaks this, we don't have anything yet. Okay, we don't have anything yet. And for those people that they will see some entries like this, we have a straight entry like this, then you just see price come here to create something like this here, Okay, you see something like this, and you want to take, let me shift this one down. I want to take QML from here. QML is not to be taken from this angle. It has to be from here. I think I corrected somebody. I think that's part of a question I said I will answer today. I just remembered. It has to be from here. Here. I told him that all the entries you use for QML, they are all wrong. All of them. That there was only one valid entry. This thing here is wrong. It has to be here. This angle from this side here, not starting from here. There's no entry here and it's forming here. No, except if on like a situation whereby this thing here swept, even if safe. Because why am I saying this? Okay, let's draw something now. Let's say this thing sweeps a liquidity like an inducement here, and the breaks above wants to reclaim it. There should be a previous resistance that turned to support here that failed. Your entry should be coming from this angle here, not inside here. This, if there should be any entry here again, should be like a second continuation of what is already ongoing here, not starting from here without having an originator here. I don't know if you guys understand me. Now, some people say that I should create a separate group for my own personal my personal outlook and breakdown. Now, the reason I say that is this: it's just going to make everybody feel reluctant. That's the truth. Now you can see that now that I am posting it like in different sections of the group. Sometimes I post it in the general, sometimes set up an analysis. It's making it interactive. If I should lock a particular group and drop it there now, it's not going to be, nobody will be asking any question. Now you can see that if I drop a setup, somebody can ask me how do we get this entry, or why did you not take an entry here or something. But that one, nobody can even reply to that. Do you understand? That's number one. Number two is going to kill the whole idea of learning. It will be more like dependent. Nobody will want to check other important part of the group. The setup and analysis is very important. I see like very good trades that people post every day that other people have to even learn from. Aside my own trade, when I drop them, there are a lot of people that you can see. Sometimes I even reply them. I say this is very clean. So it's not just me. Just be active in the group. If me I'm active, what happened to other people not to be active? You have to be active as well. As I'm active, you too, you are active. We are like, it's like a joint effort, so that, because if I just create one group and then nobody is you just come, you see that the other group say people will not be open the messages there again. It just be like we're doing signal group or something. But as I'm posting it now, you can see last week all the trades that we took, people were asking questions, people were dropping their suggestion. Even before I even drop my idea, most people have even dropped their own. I just like, okay, yes, I correspond, and I drop my own chart like that. So that's on that one. So let's go and check this card JPY to, let's see what's happening here. I think nothing really changed from the previous week. It's just that we got our inducement. I think a new one thereabout. But firstly, let me check this. Okay. So what the engagement and the first guy here is gone, second guy here is gone. So we already know we are bearish here, and this is make count is um, two. So this is a failed external actually. This thing here. So we just pick out the two. Let me draw it to show sha. So we have passed this, so where we are at now, this. Now some people took sell here and then they asked me, I was have cut JPY twice now. It's like violating my own personal rule. Like my own personal rule after like study is this: whenever I have an inducement over here, I am very careful to take a trade that is close to the inducement. Like instead of this guy here to tap on this inducement, market has opened. This chart just moved. Now instead of price to actually clear this and then sell, because I like to have price coming from a particular area, right? So instead of price to like clear this guy, I would understand at some point that maybe what happened here was like using this flip zone. I told you guys about flip zone, and then I said if you are using flip zone or you are going to use the normal key levels, you have to stick to one. I gave you the reason. I've said it countless times. You have to stick to one. If you are using flip zone, stick to it. Don't change it. Don't go and use flip zone today and you use another one tomorrow. So if you are using flip zone, then you most likely have this. But I'm not really a fan of taking trades when price has not swept liquidity. So regardless of anything, I wouldn't have taken this trade too. Alright, but I think this is where everything came out from, and then that sell that you guys showed me, this is it. But I'm not a fan of it. That's why I did not even post it in the group. I did not post the trade in the group, you can see, because of course if you are taking this, how about your SL? Is he going to be here or here? It's not worth it in my book. It's not. But I think it went well. I'm just like calling your attention to that. So basically we have this as our second valid. So my alert is already here. Even if we reclaim this, I'm still going to sell. We reclaim it and it gives me the last resistance that becomes support that fails. I'm going to reclaim it from there. Even if it's this one, I'm going to reclaim it. Okay, I think we had a little move here. Is it from here? Okay, I don't think price came back to it. Okay, it did. To trade QMR, you have to really pay much attention to details, because you can just see trade a reversal sign at any level at all. Because what's this? Okay, I think this one. But the wicks here are so much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks interference. Okay, it's not this. It's this. This is 2 candles. This and this. So he took it out, and then that's the reason for this buy. And I expected, I posted this buy on the group. Yep. I just remembered. I posted this buy on the group. If you can remember, this was when on Wednesday I posted this buy, and then I said, was it this buy? It should be was this buy, I guess. Yes, it was this buy that I said that the buy is going to trigger the sell. Yep, it was it. So I posted this buy, and then some people took buy, and so basically this, I did not take this, not advisable. So genuinely still want this guy to be taken out. See, I have an alert here, and then here as our disruption. Overall, we are still maintaining our bearish form, so nothing really new, because this is like we're going to give one week apart for the news section so that we can generate more data. I don't know, I'll still put it into consideration though, or not. Might be or might not be, because we still need more data than what we are having, because this is almost similar to last week. Let's check the next one. Good. The next class we'll be having will go to synthetic. Let's check out gold. What's happening here? Have we had an outlook before on gold? Yeah, some people were arguing whether this is an inducement or not, and then I stepped in and I said yes, it actually is. It is, like, as little as it may be, it is actually an inducement. It's a big structure, this is structural liquidity, and this is the high. The movement of this was this. It moved like this. Let me move that. I want to say something. This candle did not sweep the low of this candle. It's almost like this candle never existed. Let me check something on the 5 minutes before I conclude on that. If what I'm saying is right, then we're going to make a correction on that particular inducement. Let's see. Let me draw how it looks in this. Is right. I've seen it from the 5 minutes. It is. You can see the structural liquidity, and then bigger structure. I just wanted to be sure from the 5 minutes. That's why. I want to see the opening and the closing of each of these candles. And did anything really change from gold? Yes. No. Let's see. Overall bearish. Don't need to draw all of this. You already know inducement disruption has been taken out. These ones we are clearing now is just internal liquidities. Okay. Price did not even come back to Why did not come back to reclaim any of this? How many people are still on this call? 350. Okay, good. Let's see. So yeah, this would have been a very good reclamation, but I think price did not come back. And as you all know, this is this would have been where the good QML would have come in, but this guy did not come. Instead, created one. This one is an unfresh, reacted from this. So let's see. We don't trade on fresh, except if you do. I've never told you to trade on fresh key levels. So price reacting from this on fresh key levels, and my expectation is this: if this on fresh should fail by Monday, which is some hours from now, then this guy, you should expect this guy. Because if we are taking a sell from here, let me put something. Let me see. Wait. Except if it has not gotten to 1 to 3 sha. 1 2 3, you see. So I can't even take a sell here again. If it has not gotten to 1 to 3, I would have said okay, let's still hold this sell position, because of course we still have an FVG here. This is a fair value gap, we can still fill up, right? But no, it still is more than 1 to 3. So now what's going to happen is this: the probability of unfresh key levels is 50-50. There's nothing like there's high probability on fresh key levels or low probability. It's always low probability. There's nothing like high probability on fresh. On fresh is these ones that have weak interference. Okay, plus this is actually a flip zone kinda. Yep, it's quite different from the one you see here. This one is different from this. This is a flip zone, this is a normal one. You can see this one is at this candles point here, this one is at this level. Okay, so if this guy gets taken out, then we should be seeing this. And if this guy is not strong enough to hold price, we are taking out this, and then we should be expecting good buys for the week. Good buys like BUYS, actually not goodbye. Good buys like buys, yeah, exactly. But this would have been a good point, of course. Yeah, but there's no reversal sign yet for a buy, so we can't conclude. Where we can get a reversal sign is when this guy is completely invalidated, and you know what that means. When this guy is invalidated, you know that's like a buy reversal incoming. So we have spent over like an hour. Let me take like 3 questions from each group. I'm going to take one. Are you guys praying for any position on SAU? Nope. There's no entry here. The only entry that is good here would have been this. But as it is right now, look at where price has gone to. Though it did not really give any other entry, like there's no new entry following from here. So coming back here is like a 50-50 because it has gone really far. If it was around here, then we can all take an entry here, because when I back tested, I figured out that whenever price takes long after missing a particular entry, if it comes back, it has. But it seems as though price waited to reclaim this disruption. That's what I'm saying. But it did not give any sign like triggering an entry. Is there no new? Nope, there's no one yet. when I will start counting, what's happening now? You guys should calm down. I cannot take all the questions today now. How many hours with this video? This will say my voice is like what? People should stop all of this, please. I beg. Just calm down. I'm going to take majority. At least I'll take at least 50% of the question that I'll see this night. Do you always take 50% on your setups? No, I don't. I just gave you a hack. If you want to go 50% every time, or if you want to go direct entry, I just told you what you can do. So on gold, price actually took out this guy with the body of the candle. So if you want to even draw anything, let me check something here. Whatever happens on Monday, we decide what we are to do on gold, whether we should continue buying or we should continue selling. With this particular price action that is here, we can't 100% say because we already got like a reversal sign. So even if we are buying, if we should buy, right, it can take out this guy here and then buy, take this out. On the other hand, we still have this. People are following the fact that okay, the disruption has been closed with the body of the candle. Then we have these two guys here to look out for. Okay, so that's just it. But whatever happens today, tomorrow rather, today, tomorrow, yeah, the market has opened. But this is an unfresh level price is currently reacting from. I don't even expect this thing to hold like for real because number one is unfresh. Number two, where are you coming from? It's just like this guy is on his own. There is nothing like that's engineering price from anywhere, so it's not really a good one. Um let me check. Okay, somebody still asking about this gold. Like I said, right? Like I said, is quite simple. This gold, we have to see what price have to do on Monday, which is tomorrow, first before we decide. Because of course this guy can be reclaimed and it can still be taken out. Whether you are marking this as your inducement or this as your disruption, it doesn't change the fact that a reversal sign has showed up here, even if it hasn't been invalidated yet. That's one thing I was telling you guys that time about like price showing both buy and sell, what to do. I'm not seeing any questions. The questions I'm seeing here is based on what I've even explained. Safe. Let me check. Okay, somebody suggested I drop my trade ideas in just the setup and analysis. Okay, fine. Hence for that's where you can see my. That's where you can see my trade ideas from today henceforth. Okay. Please ask your questions, please. Thank you. For card JPY, why is the disruption not at the extreme top instead of the place you marked extreme top? Why is it not here? Okay, now I told you guys something about a failed external. I said when you get a failed external is like an internal that has two instead of three an external that has two instead of three internals. Now you see this right here, just pick out the most recent, pick out your internals and let it be. If this guy gets taken out, this one will get taken out. So this is not your disruption at all, is this guy. In a failed external, pick out your internals inside of it. I think that's down. Then somebody, okay, this is a question this is a question I kept for today. I think the person has tagged me. He said in the market review you said something about if price goes down to take out 59k that will create a new external, and then you take the three most recent internals in external. And I want to ask, should it not be a new internal since or following the current order flow, looking at the diagram for reference? Yeah, I already explained that. Now seems you did not listen when I explained. He's talking about this BTC where I said that if price takes out this guy, that we should be seeing this as an external. How would you feel if this thing here is an inducement liquidity? Like all of these things, it's not possible now. Inside this big leg you're going to see now, remember the inducement, I think the inducement is somewhere here or so, should be around here. Yeah, is that one of these? Now inside this thing you are seeing here, even before price will even come out to take out these things, look very well here. You see that we have valid internals that price has created. This is one of it, and most likely if price breaks this low, this is going to be 2, and before it will get here it should create another one like 3 or 4. So how now are we going to abandon all these internals and now make this one full leg? No, once the internals are 3 or more, this will now turn to external. Whether we have taken out the external, like their overall external or not, it doesn't matter. When we'll come back to this is when we're talking about transactional liquidity, when maybe we have gone really far and then now we're coming back now, say okay, price has taken out change of character in 4 hours again. We'll start counting all of these highs now as transactional liquidity. No, it doesn't matter. We can't call this an internal. It's not even correct. What's your name? Magical vibes. Do you understand, please? Okay. They said, okay, somebody asked the best key levels to trade are the ones that price already set liquidity. Can you explain with a drawing? That's more like saying reclamations. No, I think that one safe. I've taken so much setups from it. For example, we have this guy here. Now price comes here to take out this low, but before taking out this low it creates something like this, right? And then this is a QML and this is a normal key level. Following the order flow, why this QML might be correct, this key level here register because support is still correct. This, I think I took one trade like that of recent. I don't know, I think it's on good. Whether I can go and find the example, I don't know. This buy is still valid. So this is what I mean, swept liquidity, and then can still happen to the disruption, both of it. That's what I mean. This person is asking the same question I just answered. Okay, he said it's clear now. Thank you. All right, you're welcome. So, okay, let me take one more from these people. How do you know a market is ranging? It's quite simple. Price in between either an inducement or a disruption is considered as ranging. Just as this BTC is now. Think, let me check for the inducement or disruption again, so that I'll just use it for my explanation. I think this is it. That thing that should be the inducement or so. Now you can see that after price cleared this inducement, right, and we claimed it. Now this is that example of something I'm talking about good now. See this thing that happened here now. It's just like an example on that good, but this one is different because the reclamation, the QML actually triggered. So this one is quite different. That gold, this own did not, the gold, that one did not trigger. So actually triggered. So I'm using this one for an example. You can see that this got reclaimed again. This inducement, it got reclaimed back, and ever since then the last low that was created with this inducement, price have not cleared it. See, till now it's just in between. See, so that's a ranging market now. It's not breaking above, it's not breaking below. Okay, we're going to stop here for tonight. If there is any trade bias for the week, I'll do it to relate with you guys. So see you. And the moderator is going to post the new, it's going to send the new